soil testing, as I mentioned before, when I lived on a farm for a short period of time, and that was something we did every year. We tested our soil. But why should you test your soil? With me now is Kristen Dillon, who is with Agriculture and Natural Resources. You're an agent, correct?
Yes, I'm an extension agent.
All right. Thank you very much for clarifying. Welcome in. You brought props. So before we get into the props, I love props, by the way. Before we get into that, tell me a little bit of why someone who's watching Louisville now should be interested in soil testing.
It really kind of just lets you know if there's any nutrient imbalances or if you have like a imbalanced pH, and it kind of lets you know how much fertilizer, how many amendments do you need to put on, and it can help your plant growth, but it can also like save you money and then also help the environment by not applying too much.
Okay. Is this specifically for people who have gardens, vegetable gardens, flower gardens?
Yes, but it can also be if you have a lawn and also like people that are just farming in general.
Are there any indicators, Kristen, of someone who may be watching who does like to spend time in their yard? Is there any indications of, okay, you should get your soil tested? Maybe it's that plants or vegetables aren't doing as well as they thought. What would be an indicator?
If those leaves are kind of starting to yellow or they're not growing as well as they used to, if you have some bare patches, or even if you're starting to see some more weed presence in the past couple years.
Okay, so these props, love them. Okay, I'm assuming this is what's going to get that sample, correct?
Yes, so if you're doing it at home by yourself, you can use like a little like spade or something, and you're gonna go around your yard or your garden and kind of dig maybe 3 to 4 inches or up to 6 inches. But when I go out to farms, I use this, and I can take some samples and I'll put it in a bucket, mix it together, and that's gonna be my sample I send to the lab.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I think it's interesting that because there was a time when this was very specific to farmers. When I was growing up, we were growing soybeans and corn, and we wanted to make sure we rotated the crops to keep everything balanced. So I know a little bit about it. Tell me, what will this show us here, Kristen?
So this is kind of just showing you what soil looks like underneath your feet. Some people aren't really aware of what that looks like. And so this is just really kind of showing us, it starts as bedrock and it becomes weathered, and then we add in some organic matter, and these plants and soil microbes are starting to kind of mix together and create that topsoil that we really like to see.
Okay. Obviously now we're in the middle of fall, so I'm curious, is now a good time to get your soil tested? Should you wait till the spring? When is a good time?
Fall is the best time to do it,
okay.
So that we can get those results back to you. You can add any amendments that you need, and it'll be ready for you by spring.
Okay, so who do they call? What's the process like? Tell me a little bit about that, because I'm sure there are folks watching now who say, hey, I'd like to get that done.
Well, so we do offer, thanks to our partnership with the Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District, we offer 2 free soil tests to each unique Jefferson County address. And so you're going to go around and take maybe 5 or 6 samples per area. So maybe front yard you're going to separate from your backyard, and then you're going to put it in a Ziploc, bring it to our office, and then we'll send it out to the lab, and you'll get a report that looks something a little bit like this. And then I can help with recommendations on how to fix those.
So when you say recommendations on how to fix, we're talking about fertilizer, additives, that kind of thing?
Yes, I can help if you want to go the synthetic route, but I can also help with like organic matter, and like if you want to apply compost or manure, I can help you kind of calculate how to do that.
Okay, this is interesting stuff, because I think there's a lot of folks, that's a big hobby now, very popular. Yes. Grow some flowers, grow your own vegetables, so you can help make sure that they get the crop or the results that they're looking for.
Yeah.
As an agricultural and natural resources extension agent, what other things do you do? I'm curious. Obviously, we're focused here on soil, but tell me, what do you do?
I kind of do classes and workshops. I take like research-based information from the University of Kentucky, and I teach it to people in like a class or workshop type setting. But then I also can do like individual one-on-one consultations. So people call me, email me, and even come into my office to ask questions, and I can help plan things for anywhere from marketing to how to start a seed.
What you do is very interesting. So I'm curious, agriculture background, were you raised on a farm, or is it just something you've always had an interest in?
I actually grew up riding horses, and
cool.
I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and so that was my only
Welcome
access.
to Louisville.
Yeah, that was my only access to agriculture, but once I went to college, I realized that I love so much more than just animals. I love plants and the environment and soil and water. And so, this is just the perfect position for me, really.
I think it is a perfect position. And you work in, I'm guessing, collaboration with UK, right? The University of Kentucky.
Yes, I'm a UK employee.
Okay. Well, thank you for visiting us. This has been very informative, and that's what we're all about, as you know, on Louisville Now. So coming up here, you may have heard the mayor mention a new law. What's it all about? We want to make you aware. That's what we do here. We'll be right back on Louisville Now.